Ah, shoot, I forgot to sing. It's time for Daily with Jay. Oh, God. It
Oh, my
sucks.
God.
Forget it. Forget it.
Oh, no. And there you have your custom drunk 3PO intro. He tried. He did try.
First of all, like, I'm freezing to death here in Florida. It got cold last night. So everything is that's no excuse, but I'm just trying to stay warm.
What does that have to do with you not singing?
Well, when it's colder, your vocal cords are a little colder, and
But that has nothing to do with forgetting to sing.
Somehow it's linked up. I think that's like
I don't know how, and I'm needing you to make me understand how.
Just when I say, trust me, the best people have worked on that theory. So
okay. We'll go with that. So we'll go with that one. Welcome into Geeks and Gamers Daily. We got Drunk 3PO in the house. I am joined by the great Drunk 3PO who sings, dances, entertains, becomes friends with big time Hollywood celebrities.
Hey, last night
and won a game of Fortnite for us. So
there it is.
There you go. So
it's pretty epic. And I left right on top. I was like, I'm out.
That's all right. Me and Hailstorm got a dub win afterwards. So
well, that's good.
Yes, we ended on
needed one.
We got a win. We got a win on squads, and then we got a win on duos. So it was all good. Me and Hail, I'm just saying, me and Hailstorm actually made a pretty good team. Shockingly enough, couldn't believe it. But
why does everyone say I like the McRib? What is that? Never said I like the McRib.
So yesterday we were basically talking about how the McRib, how they basically bring the McRib out randomly, So yeah, what were we talking about? With maybe it was like OG Fortnite, how they brought that back, and now and so Ryan brought up the McRib, and he's like, I bet Jay probably likes the McRib, and we were thinking you might be in the chat. They're like, Jay, are you in the chat? Let us know. And I told you to even come on the show and talk about it.
I haven't McRib in a good minute. It's like several years actually. I'm not much of a on a serious note. I like a good Christmas ham, but I'm not really a pork person. I don't like that swine. Okay. I don't like pork so much. Bacon, yeah, that's like the only two things I'll tolerate.
I'm all about
like pulled pork or anything. It's not. I don't hate it, but I'd rather grab something else.
Pulled chicken and turkey. That's what I like.
Yeah. So, that's good.
And macaroni and cheese.
Yep, that's good.
And rolls.
I didn't say I didn't like pork. It's not my favorite. Pork's not my favorite.
Do you like rolls?
I like the Hawaiian rolls. Those are the best things.
Freaking dinner rolls. Is it Sister Schubert's? They're like frozen rolls in the frozen section.
Oh yeah. Good stuff.
Those are so good, dude. Those are so good. Those little dinner rolls that they have.
Yeah, man. That's pretty good.
Those are great, man. I love those. So, but yeah, like anytime I go to like a restaurant, especially like again, Flounders in Pensacola, Florida. If you've never been to Flounders, I took Jay. I took the team out there, and man, their rolls. Like I'll sit there, I'll just fill up on rolls before the main meal even gets there. It's so good. But yeah, if you're in Pensacola Beach at any point in time, you have to go eat at Flounders. All right, it's fantastic. I highly recommend it to anybody that goes to Pensacola. Yeah, man. Every time I go there, I just feel like I'm gonna die afterwards because I eat so much and I regret the hell out of it, dude. I do. I feel fat as hell afterwards, and I just feel like I'm just walking around with like a 5 bowling.
The beach is right there, though. It's kind of nice. So
yeah, it's excellent, man. It's got great atmosphere and everything like that. So. Yeah, we had a great Tuesday night's main event last night, and then we had an awesome gaming stream after. Looking forward to, talking more about, we're actually going to talk about a topic that we didn't even get to last night on main event, which is Bob Iger admitting Disney's woke failure, which we did talk about this on Daily yesterday, but I wanted to open it up a little more between me and Jay in the discussion. And on December 1st, look what we are dropping for pre-order, ladies and gentlemen.
I need that
right there. If we sell enough, I can give Jay one for free. He turned it, I think. So there's the 199.
I wear more than anybody.
There you go, right there. December 1st, they go on pre-order. 221B Tactical. It'll be on Cobra Cast when I launch these. So make sure you guys are tuning in, and they'll be on pre-order for a couple of weeks. But we're gonna have to hit a minimum mark in order to put them in production, because they are cheap.
You know why I deserve one for free? Because every time the group goes out to Universal Studios, no one's wearing a bag but me. So you know what that means? Hey, Jay, can you hold this? Hey, Jay, can I put this in your bag? Hey, Jay, I bought this. Can we put this in your bag? And it's like I become that guy, you know? And it's just like the bag is like 15, 20 pounds heavy with people's freaking cookies and pretzels and sweatshirts and hats and keys and everything. And it's like, yeah, I have the bag.
I want people to understand. Somebody said they thought it would be a bigger bag. This bag expands a lot.
That is the perfect theme park bag.
It expands a lot. So
I have
you could fit a PlayStation 5 in here.
I have the original that doesn't have the G&G logo.
Yeah,
I use this freaking thing like every time I go out. Like the Santa hats in there from when me and Krista was at the theme park.
Yeah, but you could probably. I'm almost certain you could fit a PS5 in there. So it's definitely got more size than you see right there. But anyway, Jay, how are you doing, buddy? How's life treating you lately?
Life is good. Life is real good. I'm very happy for all the support that I was able to let everybody know on Monday. The 2 projects that I'll be launching next year. Achromatic Chronicles Green and the Daughter's Revenge pirate book. And I also was able to let people know that we were in the only thing I can say is that working on an animation. So pretty awesome, man. Like it's pretty awesome. So that it was a good week.
Heck yeah, man.
So far, and the week's it's only Wednesday.
Let's go. Let's go.
A week of a life. It's happening all over again.
Week of a life. Exciting things are happening. Exciting stuff is going on with G&G and many people.
Oh yeah, all of us. And, like it's fantastic.
Heck yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And and then obviously Titanfall 2 returns tonight over on G&G Play. All right, so make sure you are subscribed to G&G Play. I know a lot of you have been yelling at me because I'm playing a lot of Fortnite. But the OG Fortnite is coming to an end. But yes, Titanfall 2 returns tonight over on Geeks and Gamers Play. So make sure you are subscribed over there. Lover of Green for 20 says, I am launching an intervention for MCU fan. The dude has spent weeks denying his love for Krista on the Geeks and Gamers Discord. That guy desperately needs to see a therapist and become the true Mr. Krista. Let's go 199.
I just think he needs a shower when we met him.
Whew. You guys on Discord are it really is incredible. And the Discord link is in the description of I think all of our videos. If not, I know mods can drop a link to it right now in the chat. But the Discord has kind of gotten crazy. Like there's like an out of context Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah, I went in there the other day. I was like, that's half of me. All these little clips, and I just was like, "Hi, everyone." They're like, "Yay, made it!" I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh man, the G&G Discord is crazy, dude. I love it so much. You guys are the best. So really appreciate all of you. Dom H drops 5 gifted memberships. Let's go, Mr. Dangs with a $27.99. It says, hail the 199 and drops 5 gifted memberships. Holy crap, guys. Let's go. You guys are on it this morning, man. Appreciate that. Ministry of Wrong Think. You guys will want it too, so I will wait. I will wait and let you get the other part in there, and then we can read that. Tobias, next is Ryan's favorite account. At this point, pretty sure we won't be seeing a Zootopia 2. Last talks on it were 298 days ago when it was announced, and nothing since. And glad for it, since I doubt Disney will do well. Well, Tobias, I can't say that I want to see a Zootopia 2 because I hated Zootopia 1. I despised it. What did you think of Zootopia 1? I can't remember if we
I
talked
never
about this or
saw it.
not. You never saw Zootopia?
I don't remember. Maybe in passing. I didn't. Is that where they had the slow motion sloth
I
at
saw,
the DMV? Was that
yeah,
movie, or
yep.
am I thinking of the wrong movie?
Is that yeah? And I did not like it. I did
Yeah,
not
I
like
don't.
it.
I didn't. I don't remember. I don't
Yeah.
remember much about it.
So it's
So
like,
I
it's
just remember
actually
that scene,
is
because that was the only scene that I thought was exactly true to real life. When you go to the DMV, well, who the freak is working at the DMV? Well, there's like 3 people in front of you, and it's like 10 hours before you get up to the line. Like, it doesn't
yeah,
matter where you go. What is that?
yeah.
Oh yeah, that scene was like, okay, they've got the DMV down pat.
I did like the sloth scene. That was about it. But yeah, I didn't like it because I felt like it had messaging in it and shit like that. Social justice messaging, and well before we've started to see it really creep into everything.
Mm.
Um, so Jay likes those jelly rolls, says Obi-Wan John.
I like a good jelly roll, that's for sure.
Keenan from member message says, Jeremy, have you ever watched Quack Pack? No, I have never watched Quack Pack. Jay, have you watched Quack Pack?
I have not, Keenan.
What up,
Should I?
Keenan? Keenan for two? No. Chris has already made that a thing now. It's so funny. Blue Shell says, just to let you know, Jay, when I donated your books to children who read it, they seemed to really like it. Keep up the great
I
work.
appreciate that, man.
That is awesome right there.
I
That is
appreciate
awesome.
that.
Okay, so Ministry of Wrong Thing says, according to quote real Kansas City Chiefs fans on X, Face Paint Kid is literally part of a Native American Shamash tribe, and his grandfather is a sitting board member
Member.
in Santa Nez. Yeah, and we talked about this yesterday, actually, on Main Event. And then they tried to brand this child as a racist, but instead ended up highlighting that Native Americans are actively supporting Indian-themed sports teams. Biggest media self-own ever. Absolutely. And that is so funny about it, is that you tried to defame a how old was he? 8?
A child, bro.
8 years old, man.
A freaking
I,
and then like he responded, he's like, to all the weirdos in my DM, like, oh my gosh, these people, man.
Yeah, like
These
I just
freaking people, dude.
it really is it really is disgusting. But it takes it to a whole new level. And again, man, we're talking about children.
Yeah.
A child that was at a football game to cheer for his favorite team. And again, I want to be clear. This is your fault, NFL. This is your fault, ESPN. This is your fault, literally every single person that supported the Washington Redskins having their name changed, or the Cleveland Indians. This is all of your fault because you gave these freaks a little bit of power. You gave them the motivation to do things like this. This is on you. Anyone that supported this bullshit, it's on you, because the Washington Redskins should have never changed their fucking name ever. The Cleveland Indians should have never changed their name ever. And the fact that that happened just allowed activists like this to feel entitled to go attack an 8-year-old child at a fucking football game. This is disgusting. And anyone that's not just completely outraged by this, you're part of the problem too. I'm sick and tired of these freaks getting away with this. I'm sick of it.
Oh, man, I hope you remember that kid, and not to get political, had a MAGA hat on, and he was just standing there, and people were screaming in his face, and then like the media just tried to destroy this young man's life.
Yep.
Just for wearing a hat. Never said anything, never did anything, just stood there with a smile, like while they were screaming in his face, and he freaking got paid, man.
Yep.
Oh,
he got paid.
You think the media would learn? So, but let's just see what happens, because holy crap! Didn't you find out that this child is Native American as well? And I hope they do whatever they want, but man, like it would I hope they do something because yeah,
Mhm.
this stuff has got it. The fact that they would even consider trying to tear down a child shows you how pathetic and low these people are. It's disgusting, and something has to be done. You know, I mean, I don't know, like if they're gonna do a lawsuit or anything like that, but you know, it's something should be so this stuff has to stop because it's unbelievable.
Well, I mean,
Unfreaking believable. Of
and
all the
did
things to make it's like of all the things that are going on in the world today, of all the things to write an article about, of all the things to like point out and say like, "Oh, we owned them. We got them. We're going to do something. Look at that. I'm on the right side of history. I'm on the right side of like, calling this stuff out." And it's like and you still won't even make a retraction? Like you still won't even come out and say, I might have got this one wrong. That you shouldn't have even started like I don't know. We have the author of the article, Deadspin themselves, everybody who approved that crap, who thought it was okay to go after a child. It's yeah, sorry. It's just
nah,
like that
man.
stuff is like disgustingly low levels.
Mhm.
Disgusting.
It really is, man. Well,
So
like, you know who Dan Lebitard is.
yeah, of course.
Lebitard, did you see what happened with him?
No.
Okay, so this is Bobby from Outkick. Dan Lebitard defended Deadspin smearing a little kid because he said you should never use red and black combination on your face no matter what because it's racist. Ready for this one, Jay? Also, here's Dan Lebitard last year. Dressed up as Kane.
Wow.
Dressed up as Kane. So it's okay to be Kane.
Wow.
It's okay to be Kane and put red and black face paint on for this situation. Those that preach the loudest have the most to hide.
Always. Always.
Oh my God.
It's always like that.
It's unbelievable, dude. These people are unbelievable. They are, listen, the reason that everyone gets labeled racist all the time over opinions and stuff like that is because the the supply doesn't meet the demand basically of racism, so they have to invent it. They have to, you know what I mean? Like they have to have racism in order to play the fake victim. And of course, there's not enough of it out there. Again, I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I'm saying it doesn't exist to the level in which it is being portrayed out there. And so, in order to make it seem like it does exist, they have to invent it by calling everyone a racist over bullshit.
Yeah.
This is absolutely insane, man. But anyway, with that said, we're going to move on to our very first topic of the day, and that would be Disney finally admitting what we've all known for a long time, that they're failing miserably. Struggling Disney hints its woke politics present risk to our reputation and brands. This is from the New York Post yesterday. This was posted, I believe, right after Daily yesterday. Jay, have you been following this story with Bob Iger?
A little bit. I think he had a town hall meeting to talk to people, and it was just a nothing burger. He just like avoided questions and just was like, yeah, it's a big challenge to bring the company back. Yeah.
Yeah, and he talked about like his decision to return and all that, which again, I will never not believe that he didn't have this, or I will always believe that he had this planned in terms of him leaving when he left, when the COVID stuff dropped, all of that.
Right. And then coming back and like, I'm going to be the hero. Yeah. Look at me. It's like, blow it up right in your face.
Absolutely. So, right here, it says the Walt Disney Company acknowledged that its left-leaning politics may have alienated a segment of the population.
May have.
I mean, come on, man. Come on. Putting a dent in the House of Mouse's bottom line. A recent company filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission included a reference to risks relating to misalignment with public and consumer tastes. Really, you think Disney went on to note that consumers' perceptions of our position on matters of public interest, including our efforts to achieve certain of our environmental and social goals, often differ widely and present risks to our reputation and brands.
Gee, I've never heard anyone point that out ever. I'm so glad they finally figured it out. No one's been calling this out at all.
We've been talking about this shit for years. We've been talking about this shit for years. And now, it's breaking news all of a sudden. And now it's okay. Now it's okay to talk shit about Disney, apparently. Now it's okay to make YouTube videos about Disney. Now it's okay. You got mainstream sites covering it. You got all of these clowns talking about Disney might be in trouble. Yeah, we're the same people that you said were racist and toxic for talking about that.
Yeah.
Now you're basically using our same talking points. My question for you, Jay, is do you think that they can recover based on how the company is currently structured with the woke activists involved in these high positions? Do you think they can recover?
Of course not. Like this is I think somebody posted this yesterday that this is the first time Disney hasn't had a $1 billion film since 2014. So I think Disney loves to Bob Iger loves, like, when they ask about the movies and stuff like that, he really loves to pull from the Avatar film as saying, "Oh, we had a major blockbuster just a few years ago in Avatar 2," which really technically wasn't Disney. It was 20th Century Fox, who they just ended up buying, and they just distributed the film. So it wasn't like they put that together at all. But yeah, like the crazy thing is let me show you this real quick.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share this. When you have people from your company, all right, tweeting stuff out like this. Okay, so this is Taylor. She was an animator for the movie Wish, right? She was like, "I'm very proud of Wish, and honestly, we did the best we could with what we had. I mean, you had $200 million." Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
But I will say all the harsh reviews have inspired me by seeing viewers demand for more of this art form. I believe we need to keep innovating and pushing for what is next in animation. Now, this is the thing. It will take time. Disney was almost dead before The Little Mermaid. We need new creative geniuses to take what people love about animation and make it fresh. How we will do this is unknown, but I feel confident we can make it happen if we keep pushing ourselves as artists and taking risks. The fact that
it's a good response.
Yeah, it wasn't. She didn't blame the fans. She didn't blame anything.
Response.
She's like, we did the best that we could with what they want us to make. But she's like, I think we need new people.
Yeah. You go back up though to the first part. Like, that's a good response.
Yeah.
The harsh reviews have inspired me.
Yeah.
By seeing viewers demand for more from this art form. That is a phenomenal comment.
Yeah.
That is what every person creatively should be focusing on, especially like at Disney right now, knowing how the narrative is.
I think this is a shot. I think this is a shot at remakes. So I think because basically she wants something fresh. Remakes are not fresh. Apparently, I didn't see Wish, but apparently Wish had something to do with all the other animation films, stuff like that. So, and she's like, we just need something new. We need new creatives. We need something new. So I think she kind of was. I think this is a slight jab. I could be wrong. I think it's a slight jab at like doing the same thing over and over. Just, this isn't working. We need new people and make it fresh, which I agree. So, but yeah, and she's not the only one. She's not the only one that has come out. This was reported. This is kind of funny that Miss Marvel has come out. She did a podcast, I believe, and the big quote that's been going around from the podcast was like, we need good writing, not bigger stakes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And she's like, that's the key to saving the MCU is good writing, not bigger stakes. It's just about making the audience care about the characters. And I'm like, I'm like, holy crap! How do these young people get it, and the corporation doesn't
I know.
and doesn't? So like, yeah. So the whole interview they're asking about, it didn't do well in the box office, things like that. Is like, we need good writing. Like basically, that's it. Like we need good writing, and I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. You do good writing. You don't push stuff in it. You make the characters interesting. And she's absolutely right. That's how you begin to care about these characters. So you want to see them on the big screen. You want to see what happens to them. You want to see their story arc. You want to see all that stuff. It's exciting. It's fun. It's fresh. It's something different. But they obviously don't do that. So the fact that this young lady has come out and literally, I mean, that's something that we've all been saying. It's like the writing sucks. It's like that she's come out and is like, that's the only thing that's going to save it. Sorry to tell you.
Yep.
It's pretty awesome, man. Like maybe more people will speak out about it.
Well, the thing is so the people you talked about are not beholden to the freaks that they've hired in these activists that they've hired in these important positions. Now Disney's like Bob Iger has hired a bunch of people that he can't really boss around, because they'll just accuse him of sexual harassment or something.
They already were when he was talking about the strike. He was like, "Oh, the strike's unfortunate." And all these all his little actor friends came out like, "How dare Bob Iger talk about us like that? He's terrible. He needs to be replaced." It's like unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's like you don't hire social justice activists. You just don't. Like, you just don't do it. You don't hire people that focus on identity politics. You don't hire people that say we have a not so secret gay agenda. You don't hire people that have trans kids. You don't do that because these people will destroy you. They will destroy you, your life, your existence, and your family. Look what just happened with the Deadspin article. You know what I mean?
100%. Well,
and this guy's going to accuse, if Deadspin fires this guy, which I don't know who the powers that be are at Deadspin, okay, but like, if they fired this guy, he would accuse him of racism right now. He just would.
Of course he would.
So
of course he would.
Yeah.
Like that's just like we talked about it not too long ago. The Star Wars High Republic series is literally all run by activists. They came in and when they were introduced in Star Wars Celebration, and the first thing that they did was trash legacy characters. They trashed Lando Calrissian, thinking that he's just he just wanted to get in Leia's trousers. That's all he was. So we needed better black representation. And then people were screaming, and they're like, "What about Mace Windu?" Like, "Oh yeah, he was good, but we need to see ourselves in these books." I did a video a few days ago about the sales numbers, just like reportedly are 95% drop from when the first book launched, that people don't even care. And they're trying to make those books, relevant by making, they're making the Acolyte show. They made a kids show around those books, hoping that people might. Comic book reporter come out who is very positive on today's comics, but his talk about the High Republic series basically said these comics are trash, and they never even cracked like the top 25 when they came out. And that is with Lucasfilm pushing it on all their social media sites, making videos. Like, they have millions of followers on all their social medias. Like, they push this stuff on their Twitter. They wrote articles, they made videos, they did all the stuff to push this comic book and these books for the High Republic, and still people they choose not to buy. And so for phase 3, they did this huge grand opening at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and they had the writers out there and all that stuff, and they're like, "Oh man, we're gonna bring people back into these book series, so they're gonna love it. They're gonna love this High Republic because that's the future of Star Wars." And it's like they sold a hilt that's still available. Nobody wants it. And they were just like, "It's limited edition. We only got a few. You better get them quick." Nobody cares because you hired a bunch of activists to write these books. And you remember, Jeremy, when the first phase came out, one of the main characters was a rock that was a co-pilot to a ship called the Vessel. All right. You want to talk about top tier writing, man. You want to talk about top tier character development. Let's make a legit rock named Geode that's a co-pilot to a ship called the Vessel. I mean, dude, I was blown away by the creativity of the writers over at Star Wars. You also had the authors, like you said, they were all activists. They were out there like, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. That Ireland girl, that whatever woman, excuse me, or what? Maybe she's not. I don't know. I don't want to mess that up. Justina Ireland.
Yeah.
She tweeted all this stuff like, don't buy our books if you don't like my politics. Don't buy it if you don't like representation. Well, guess what? We listened. Nobody bought your books. And Phase 3 is looking to be the biggest disaster yet.
Yep.
For Star Wars The High Republic. And this is supposed to be the last phase of these books because, I mean, I don't even know. Like the last set that came out in Phase 2, they sold a minimum, like according to the charts, like a little bit under 2,000 copies. And it's like I know no one's really talking about it, but the fact of the matter is, like, they compared it to like the EU books that a lot of them sold millions of copies, to the fact that you have like a Star Wars name on a book, and it could, like, coloring books are selling more than the High Republic. Star Wars coloring books. It's like why don't people sit down and go, hey, what's going on over here?
I know.
Like we're we're paying all this money for what? Nobody cares about this stuff. And now we want to develop television shows and stuff around it to hope and pray that people will be like, oh, that's cool. Like, maybe I'll go read these books. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. The fact that you have, sorry, I'm on a little rant here, but
go for it.
It's aggravating because the fact that you have the books and Ryan is a much better person to talk about this stuff, but the fact that the EU books sold the amount of copies that it did without the backing of social medias that has millions of followers. Lucasfilm did not go out of their way to push, like, they did not make videos. They did not make TV shows. They didn't make all this stuff for these EU books that sold hundreds of thousands of copies. It's because people at that time were in love with this brand. They were in love with it. People would go to bookstores and be like, there's a new book out. It's about Han Solo. It's about it. And they would just buy it because they knew this is Star Wars. This is the Star Wars that we love. This is everything. Now you got $1 billion, maybe, company that's out there pushing all this stuff. And it's like every time I bring up the High Republic, I see the chat. They're all like, wait, they have another phase coming out? Like, people don't even know. And it's like, it's like, when do you finally sit around the table and say that none of this stuff is working? You know, like, we are losing tons of money, and yet these activists are online like, well, I got a couple Twitter posts that people say they really enjoy it. That's great. I mean, that's great. Good for you. But it's crazy to see that if you put a product together, if you put the writing together, if you honor what came before, that people will run out and buy your product like 100 times over without marketing. Like that's the craziest thing, you know? Like, because the word of mouth is massive. Like, people will go out and they're like, Darth Plagueis. I saw no marketing for Darth Plagueis. One of my favorite Star Wars books of all time from the EU, right? And it's just like the word of mouth. People are like, you gotta read this. You gotta get this. And I bought that book twice, and now I bought the audio book to listen to it again, because it's just it's amazing what good storytelling will do for your franchise. 100%. Anyway, like, that's just, sorry, that was like a whole thing, but it's like, how does Bob Iger and the board not sit back and just say, yeah, nothing that we are putting out is working, and think that, and they think that everything is fine. You got a freaking streaker running around your Disneyland parks the other day. I know you knew about that.
Oh, yeah.
The guy's showing his pee and all over it to a bunch of children on It's a Small World, and not one freaking person over there tackled him and stopped him. That could, listen, we can laugh at how small his wiener was, but the thing is, it could have gotten horribly worse.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it could have got, like, nobody stopped him. He literally ran around the ride. People were on the ride. There were children on the ride. There was all kinds of stuff. And their security just was like, hey, stop, please don't do it. Like, you have got a major problem.
That's the difference in Disney back in the day. Disney back in the day, their security was on point. Like, holy shit, they were on point. Now they're scared to death to do anything.
That's what I'm saying. It's like from your theme parks to your Star Wars books, everything. It's a freaking mess.
Yep.
That wouldn't have happened at SeaWorld or Universal or anything like that. They would have cracked some skulls, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
but it's like, how do you let somebody run around the Small World ride naked for that long a period of time and not do anything about it?
Yeah,
that's crazy to me. Imagine like little kid. You know what I'm saying? It's like little kids around there. It's like that's insane to me. All right, sorry. That was a deep breath.
Good. That was good. That was good. Jenna Hughes for 50 says this is all just corporate BS speak for an article. The proof they have learned their lesson is action. Show us what you can do to deliver wholesome family entertainment again. That's the only way forward. Hail the 199, and Jenna Hughes drops a 20 with a heart. Look at that. Thank you, Jenna. Appreciate that. I see our boy Frank Gore is in the chat. I did not know you were going to be in the chat today, Chris. All right. But I already had this pulled up because, ladies and gentlemen, we are closing in. Okay. Or we are closing in on, guess what? Film Threat
100K, huh?
To 100.
Look at that.
1,000. I wasn't subscribed on G&G, so I had to subscribe real quick before I share my screen because the chat was going to roast me. I'm subscribed on D-Day Cobra. Every time I'm like signed into a different account, they're like, "You're not subscribed." I'm like, "Bro, I have like 10 accounts." All right. So anyway, Film Threat is closing in. All right. Look at that. They are less than, let's see, we're 90 right now, 99,000. All right. 100K. 100K is on the horizon for Frank Gore. So yeah, you guys go subscribe. Let's get 100K in the books. Film Threat does a great job covering a lot of movies. A lot of movies that maybe you weren't aware of. A lot of things like Chris is always messaging me and Ryan with, different information and stuff. He's good peeps, man. So it's awesome to see. So, Chris Gore says, as Ryan would say, I'm fucked. So that's what Chris says. But yeah, mods, drop links, please, if you don't mind. And
it's awesome to see. Yeah, they're excellent people. They're good people over there. Here's to 100,000 more, my friend.
Let's do it, Chris. So appreciate you, brother. And you guys make sure you go show some love over to Film Threat. Let's get it to 100K. All right, let's see. Eric for 777 says Universal opening theme park in Spain, according to WW Pro. Others, data and others. Data in Comcast 2020 financial statements and Velocicoaster patent in Spain.
Interesting.
That would be pretty cool.
Interesting. They also, I think they're also opening a small park in Texas, but I'm not sure when they exactly will open. So, but yeah, and then they're also opening a 24 all year round Halloween Horror Night experience in Las Vegas. So they're making some moves, man. They're making some moves.
Look at that. The Iron Claw is such a good movie. Can't wait for you to see it. He messaged me about that.
I don't know if Chris saw this, but I am looking forward to Silent Night. I think that's what it's called. So I will be seeing that tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
It looks like The Punisher, right? Like is that what it's called? It's not Silent Night. It's anyway, it's one of those films where help me out. I'm gonna see it tomorrow, and I can't remember the name.
What do you
I
mean?
think it's called Silent Night. It's about the guy who loses his children get killed, and he
Do you want a revenge story?
Yeah,
like Taken.
Yeah, Silent Night. Okay, I was right. Yeah, Chris said it was awesome.
You want to play the trailer? I don't know if I've seen this or not.
What, dude?
Have I seen this?
Oh, let me pull it up. Holy crap, dude!
I don't know if I've seen this or not.
I've been waiting for this film when I first saw it. If you like,
maybe I have. I can't remember.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna get it.
All right, so the Iron Claw, if you guys are not aware of the Iron Claw, this is a movie starring Zac Efron, and it is based on a true story about the Von Erich family. The Von Erich family, if you're an old school wrestling fan, dude, the Von Erich story is just it is the most tragic American sports story from a family perspective. It truly is brutal. And so I'm really looking forward to this movie. The trailer was phenomenal for it.
Yeah, I am looking forward to that film.
Yeah, and so the Iron Claw. What's the release date on that, Chris? It comes out a couple weeks, right? A couple weeks. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it.
All right.
And we actually do have a little bit of wrestling news we're going to talk about here soon. So Jay, let's play this.
You're gonna, dude. All right, here we go.
I like Joel Kinnaman. Is that his name?
This is like everyone's saying this is the Punisher movie Disney won't make.
Nice. Let's go. Ooh,
got the Mustang in there.
Yeah. This looks awesome.
I know.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% in on this. They have to destroy the Mustang. Oh, that wasn't the Mustang, was it? Okay, I'm in. Yeah.
I'm seeing it tomorrow, so it's like I'm gonna do my out of the theater reaction because I'm like, I always love those films. Like even back in the day, like it was like Commando.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very simple premise. It's like something happens to the family.
Yeah.
You know, like in Commando, his daughter gets kidnapped, and Arnold like blows up an entire military, like an entire army on an island.
Yeah,
just to get his daughter back. It's so dumb, but I love it, man. I freaking love it. So
yeah, that's awesome.
I'll see it tomorrow, and I'll let you know how it is. But yeah, like simple, like it looks awesome to me.
Yeah.
Frank said, "Excuse me, Chris." I said Frank, but it looks good. So, yo,
Rippa in the house. What up, Rippa? Good to see you, Rippa. All right, so yeah, that does look awesome. That looks awesome. So I'm all in on that one. So hell yeah. All right. So look, real quick. So you weren't here for Tuesday night's main event last night. We talked a little bit about CM Punk's return. I've been following this a lot. I'm pretty interested. And I have not been watching wrestling for a while. Have you been keeping up with wrestling at all lately?
No, I'm with you. I kind of like checked out a little bit when they were going through some growing pains.
Yeah. So chat, if there's anybody in the chat that's watched wrestling recently, you're going to have to confirm what I have been finding out the more I look into this. So basically, from what I understand, since Triple H has taken over, they are not really into, and this is something I've heard from across the board, apparently, they're not really into the cheap story to get a cheap pop. They have these long drawn out stories. Now they take time to build the story and build the development. Awesome. That's what I've been hearing. All right. Now, is that true from anybody that's still watching the current product? They're saying it's taking a lot of time.
Because that was one of the reasons why I just kind of like checked out, because it would be like someone would show up and they'd immediately put him in the heavyweight championship match and win. It's like, okay, that literally took 2 weeks.
Yeah, so
You
everybody
know?
is saying that that's true. So with that said, Geekdom, and I know a lot of you know Geekdom. Shout out to Geekdom.
Yeah.
Geekdom tweeted this out, and he said, "So we criticize CM Punk's promo. A lot of people have. CM Punk's promo on Raw is supposed to sound inauthentic on purpose. The word told to me was phony. The layers of the character CM Punk's fake happiness to be in back in WWE will be peeled back little by little between now and the next weeks and months. This is a long-term character story. I don't know if Seth is the guy who will reveal it, but he's one of the key figures who doesn't buy into fake Punk. Again, the character, not the man. Contrary to what people thought, Seth Rollins' anger at the pay-per-view was 100% part of the show, playing off of real-life heat from the past. Both are professionals and will work together in a work-shoot type of situation. And then this was all response to that. It's all leading to a Roman Reigns CM Punk feud, which will have CM Punk ultimately turn as heel and Roman be the face. That is fucking fantastic if that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
That is phenomenal if that's what they're doing. That is awesome. And I am 100% all in on that if that's what they're doing. And I'll give full credit. Again, I'm not plugged into the current product, so I don't know that. But the more I started looking at it, to like WWE is dedicated to long-term storytelling, long-term character development. And if that's the case, look, CM Punk is one of the best promos of all time, in my opinion. He's not, I'm not saying he's as good as Stone Cold or The Rock or Flair or anything, but he's definitely in that league. He is a phenomenal promo. So his promo fell flat to me, massively flat. And it did make sense because he's so damn good at the promos. So hearing that it could be a long-term, development, it's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. So
I don't like Roman Reigns.
I don't either. I can't stand Roman Reigns. I don't like him as a face. I don't like him as a heel. Yeah. I don't like Roman Reigns at all. I think Roman Reigns is trash.
And I blame Vince for ruining that character.
Yeah, I think Roman Reigns is absolute trash.
Roman Reigns should like join like a group, and like remember how The Rock was with the Nation of Domination, and then
they started out as the Shield.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like he needs to go back as like as some kind of group and kind of rebrand a little bit,
Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, let's see. Borg Pork says, "Are you guys going to EFAP the Jody's Corner video talking about the word woke and geeks and gamers? Some things I agree with, but he's ignorant when saying you guys are racist. Maybe you can discuss it on Friday Night Tights or Tuesday Night's Main Event." No, I don't respond. I don't respond to irrelevant YouTubers that talk about me. It's not worth my time. If I'm relevant enough for them to talk about, then talk about me. But I will talk about relevant YouTubers that talk about me. Unfortunately, no relevant YouTubers talk about me. They're all irrelevant and they need me or my friends for clickbait. And that's the reason that you have big time YouTubers that have millions of subs. They don't talk about people like me because I'm not relevant to them. The only people that talk about me and my friends are the people that need to talk about us for relevancy. And I'm not going to respond to those people. They're not worth my time. So I'm not going to do it. I used to respond all the time, but it's not worth my time anymore to do that. And so, no, I won't be responding. And I think that's what makes them most angry is that I don't respond anymore. And it is what it is. Stephen Wasik 450 says, to all wanting Disney to go bankrupt, it will never happen. With movies, TV shows, games, comics, music, clothing, cruise ships, licensing, theme parks, ESG funding, Disney needs to lose billions to hit Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and you can recover from that with help. I mean, I think that the Disney going broke thing is almost just like a slogan. I don't think any logical thinking person thinks that Disney is actually going to go broke. I don't think anyone actually thinks that. But it's just a play on words. Like you just want them to suffer for all the stuff they've been doing. And I think that is realistic for sure. Yeah, they're never going to go broke. No doubt about that. So, Let me see. But yeah, I think that they're going to continue to struggle, but that's about it. And they have all the ability to get it turned around. They do have all the ability to get it turned around. They're just not going to. Dada says, I blame Jay. I do too.
Yeah. I get that a lot.
Jay Saggy Orangutan Titty says, Krista is on my thing. My monkey is coming. That's what Jay said. That was what Jay said.
Wait, y'all put like 2 different live stream quotes together to make it weird.
That's what Jay said.
That was Fortnite.
You said it.
I know, but if you were watching it, the video, you would understand. Like in the heat of battle, it was like, yeah.
Oh man. Chris Bolts says, unpopular opinion. The best decision Bob Iger made was putting Bob Chapek in place. Sure, the latter was cucked by the LGBT mob, but if he stayed, he would have begun turning Disney around. I don't know. I don't know if he would have or not. It's hard to say.
The problem is they hired, like you said, they have too many activists instead of creatives. Too many activists instead of creatives, and it's literally littered like everywhere. Like everywhere, every aspect of Disney is like filled with these people that are making tons of decisions that I don't know how does one man control all that stuff. I mean, I guess he could, but it definitely is going to need a whole, like, a lot of people will have to move on for like fresh thinking, to come back. But
David Cushmore for 999 said, did you guys watch the WWE Survivor Series War Games? Randy Orton has returned to the War Games match. CM Punk returned at the end of the pay-per-view. Yeah, well, I didn't watch Survivor Series, but I obviously have, since Punk has returned, I find myself to be infinitely more interested in WWE now. I'm massively interested. To the point where I really do want to start doing so. I don't know if I can do a weekly wrestling show.
Survivor Series was fantastic.
I would love maybe a monthly where we get like all the people in our sphere that like wrestling and talk about it, but I can't do a weekly. There's no doubt I can't. But yeah. So I again, as a person, I think CM Punk is a piece of shit. But as a wrestler, as a talent, I think he's phenomenal. And I think he brings a ton to the table. Ellie Reen says, what's the best place to start in terms of EU books? I've always wanted to read them, but I don't know where to start. That is a Ryan Kennel question. Yeah. And I will make sure, Ellie, and I always appreciate your support on here, I will make sure that we get Ryan to answer that tomorrow. So Jed, if you can make a note of that, or Steph, if you guys can make a note of that we get Ryan to answer that tomorrow on Daily. Magnum Norris says, dude, video game, let's see, dude, video best game song, super digital, is Song of Storms from Ocarina of Time. Post digital are Hitman, Skyrim, Assassin's Creed, and Witcher 3. Thank you, Magnum Norris. If you guys did not tune in to Main Event last night, all because of a $50 super chat from Zanaximus, it opened up this massive discussion about video game music and soundtracks. And it was a phenomenal discussion about it. I know it's Ocarina. I've always said Ocarina, so I'm going to always say I know it's Ocarina of Time. I know that's how it's pronounced. I say Ocarina. Always have. I'm chat. I knew the chat was going to crush me on this. So, but I've always said it's just Ocarina of Time. I've always said that, but I know it's Ocarina. I know the pronunciation is Ocarina or Ocarina. But anyway, Ocarina.
Nothing but the best content over here. Ocarina. Good thing I didn't read it. I would have probably said Okinawa.
I've said it 1,000 times. I've said it 1,000 times, and the chat just crushes me every time. Every time. Let's see. SN441 says Jeremy has the spirits of dead wrestlers in his chat because they are restless. He has been promising a wrestling stream for too long. I really have, wild. Dude. I really have. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. All right. WD-40 says, does the bag have a designated pouch? What do you mean by designated pouch? I don't know what he means by that. Do you know what he means by that?
Your bag that you're selling?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like it does have it has this detachable that's on it as well, so you can put things in it. But it's got a lot of room on it. So
we don't know much about like purses and stuff.
Is that what you're talking about? For like for like the
concealed carry
for like a weapon?
It is 221B tactical. I think once it's released, you could read it in the description. Like they'll do a good job of like letting you know what it can hold.
Okay. Yeah. I'll yeah.
For concealed carry.
I don't know if that is. I don't.
He doesn't know, Chad. I would email the company.
No, I'll ask Suresh.
Just to make sure.
I'll ask Suresh. All right. I was looking to see.
Yeah. No, we don't want to give false information on that.
Yeah. Mr. Dang says, if you overanalyze Zootopia, there's so much racism in between species. Well, I didn't I saw again. So when I saw Zootopia, I watched it for the first time, and like this was before all the identity politics stuff, and I just watched it, and it just turned me off big time. You know what I mean? It just turned me off, like in terms of the messaging and everything like that. Let's see. Just Jack Hoff says, Jeremy, you think they will put FSU in the playoffs if they win out? Also, the Iron Bowl was crazy. Go Noles. I mean, I think that if Florida State wins out and if Alabama beats Georgia, I still think Alabama gets in. If Alabama beats Georgia, I think Alabama gets in. 100% on that one. So I just don't think there's any way that Alabama, a one-loss Alabama that beats Georgia, who's the back-to-back champion and is undefeated, I just don't think so. I don't think so. Let me see. All right. Tomac for 50. Jeremy, with the Zelda movie, do you think they will have Din, Naru, she got all these names on here from these Zelda characters. Or are the three gods of Helea? I'm not that familiar with that part of Zelda lore. That's a Johnny question. And again, I have no idea how, like, I don't expect what I expect from what they're going to do with the Zelda movie is to keep it simple and probably more relevant to more of the recent releases. Because if you take things like Link to the Past or even Ocarina of Time, see, I'm saying it the right way finally, like Wind Waker and all of that, those are things that are so far distant in people's minds. But Breath of the Wild is so relevant. But the Zelda lore is fucking crazy. I don't know if people understand how twisted, like, Zelda lore makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Zelda lore, if you look it up, it makes no sense.
Zelda 2, my favorite game.
Oh, yeah. Zelda lore is all over the place. And it's so, like, it's almost like Mario. When the Mario movie came out, there was all this speculation of, like, are they going to do this? Like, they thought that Rosalina was going to be in it. You know what I mean? And I don't expect them to blow their load on anything. I think they're going to be very specific with what's most relevant in people's consciousness, which would be Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I don't think they're going to go all deep into all this lore of all these other things. Because again, if you look up the Zelda timeline, it's crazy. It's crazy. Dragon Dance says, why is it not letting me super chat? Everybody else is able to super chat. But Johnny is the expert, and that's why you should be subscribed to Zeltroid. He was on Tuesday Night's Main Event last night, but yeah, Johnny is a legitimate Zelda expert. So that's why I did want to get more into the conversation with Johnny last night, because we didn't really get a chance to talk about it when the announcement for the live action Zelda movie was out, or when it was announced. And I really wanted to get Johnny to kind of dive deeper into that, because he's an expert on all that. So maybe we can open that discussion up. And I did tell Johnny that we wanted him back on Main Event moving forward. So Majora's Mask, I don't think they're going to go Majora's Mask at all, because that's, as much as like people love Majora's Mask, that's not an iconic, like,
I have no idea. I hope they do Zelda 2.
Is that the only Zelda you played?
I played the others, but I like that. I played that one multiple times because I grew up poor, and that was one of the only few games I was able to have. Sorry, I was poor. Okay, my family did their best.
Did we have that clip of Jay playing Zelda 2? Anybody?
No,
Can we get that? Can we get that?
I got stuck. We're at an hour. Maybe.
So
fresh.
I played so Zelda A Link to the Past is my favorite. And I do think Breath of the Wild is pretty great. There's a lot of the Zelda games I've not even spent much time on at all. I didn't play Skyward Sword on the Wii. I love Twilight Princess, but I didn't play it very much. Wind Waker has I think Wind Waker has arguably the best soundtrack though. And then Zelda 1, did you play Zelda 1 when it came out?
Yeah. Then I had to wait for I got Zelda 1, but also I think when we were at the store, like we didn't get it when it first came out, but like when we got it, I think the guy at the counter told my mom to buy like this magazine to go with it. So it had all the, where it's like when you get stuck on that level, it's like you got to go left twice, up twice. And the very first Nintendo Zelda game. Yeah. So I had to follow the walkthrough through gaming magazine.
Like I don't even know how to describe it. So when I got an NES and I played Zelda for the first time, like it truly was like it's hard to describe. It's hard to describe.
It was cool.
It's hard to describe the like how it made you feel playing that game. For sure. All right, where are we at? Gaming Baker says, "Hey Jeremy and guest." There you go. I like Jay being referred to as guest.
Yeah.
Hi Jeremy and guest. I unfortunately that caught me off guard. Hey Jeremy and guest. I unfortunately watched the Doctor Who episode. And put the
yeah, reading is hard for all of us.
It's not hard. There's a word.
He's just laughing. He started laughing.
There's a word I can't.
That's pretty funny.
All right. I unfortunately watched the Doctor Who episode and put the trans person against the donkey from Shrek, and I think we have a live action. Thank you so much. KH Mer Gaming says Jay and Krista sitting in a tree. Good Lord, guys. No. Jay is Krista's internet dad. All right.
Yeah, that's
let's see. Magnanor says Jay detaches his pouch and puts it inside the tactical bag. What the hell is going on with the stream today? Jay, what is going on with the stream today?
I don't know, but this was probably my favorite game to play on the NES for like a year. You remember that one?
Is this the WWF WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I played as the Honky Tonk Man.
This is the one with Hulk Hogan on the cover, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
There's like so I don't know. I don't want to get clipped, but it's like
this game
was great, man.
Amazing, dude. This and pro wrestling. You remember pro wrestling?
Yeah, I loved it. This is Honky Tonk Man fighting Macho Man. It's so great.
Oh my God. Like it is you guys have no idea how amazing those games were, man. But yeah, pro wrestling was my jam. That
was good too.
Mm-hmm.
You only had 2 buttons to worry about.
Yep.
And it was like you had to hit like A like 100 times, like 4 A's, B back, and then you could do a special move.
Bro, we have a lot of super chats. Holy crap.
All right.
Jenna Hughes says, for your guest. Ha 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 ha. $20. Thank you. Metal Slay says, I'm not sure if anyone mentioned during yesterday's main event, but Donkey Kong Country underwater level music is a total vibe. Hail the 199. We actually talked about that after the stream. We were like, no one mentioned Donkey Kong Country. What the hell? Tobias Nexus for 10 says, that's fair, Jeremy. I'll be the first to say that it's not for everyone, and my main draw was Cute Bunny Cop and Handsome Sly Fox. I try not to look too deep into it and just enjoy the ride and the fan works. And I respect that, Tobias. I totally respect that, brother. So I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it works for you, and I'm always happy you support us, man. I thought I told you for $9.99. Thank you. Magnum North says, sorry, Jay. That joke was too late for the context. No worries, man.
All good, man.
Mr. Toxicity says, if we're getting a Zelda movie, then a Star Fox movie is pretty much guaranteed. The Metroid movie comes after a little later because the anticipation for it will be huge. I hope so. I hope so. We will see. Kyle Denson says Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter just confirmed Shadow with the Twitter post. Yes, Geeks Gamers just tweeted that out too. Chris Bolts. This is another instance where Trump was right. He was talking about statues, but it can apply to anything you change out of political necessity. 1000%. Dom H dropped 5 gifted memberships. Let's go. Taker 610 says Kane was injured in a fire started by his brother. He's disabled and disfigured. How dare you, Dan Lebitard? French for bastard. I agree completely. Tobias Nixon says it's still somehow entertaining just to watch it all implode. It's about time for another full renaissance for the studio and a full house cleaning. Blue Eyed Scorpio says, how do you expect The Rock to deliver the message without the vessel, Jay? Moving on.
I don't know.
Barrels,
like, he doesn't even talk.
One more botched intro. It's time, Jeremy. Bring in Krista and hashtag ban Jay. There you go.
I'm okay with it. I sleep in.
Eric Stratz says, missed my super chat at the start. I got you. I got it. That was the one about Universal Studios. Tobias says, Twitter doesn't buy anything. All they do is complain. Armchair SJWs aren't your audience, and you can never please them. Companies need to learn it. 1000%. Lori says, love the rant, Jay. I was so disturbed at the lack of action for that weirdo. If my child saw that, I would sue Disney. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's like I guess we'll see.
Yep. Crazy. Maga Sandra for 199. What's up, Maga Sandra? Who's the guest on the right? Says Razorburn. It's some guy just trying to give him a shout out. He's all, you know.
Hi.
So. Hi. Lover of Green says, have you guys seen Ben Shapiro's new sports movie? Would love to see a live reaction on Cobra Cast if possible tonight. We actually we reacted to it yesterday, and I meant to upload it to Geeks Gamers. Our reaction will be uploaded to Geeks Gamers Daily right after this stream. Mr. Dang says 3 inches of snow here on the East Coast, Canada, putting up Christmas lights today. Hail! Be safe out there, brother. Deadly Raver says Disney's current failures is revenge for their betrayal of Star Wars. Hashtag the Womp Rats died for nothing. Jay's secret racism to all the minorities out there. I am so happy you people have the American Society of Magical Negroes movie. You people are really moving up. You've seen that movie, right?
I have not.
What?
I haven't watched it.
No, you've seen the trailer, though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Mr. Dang says amounts for Jay to tweak in the Bucky. I think you meant twerk. You said tweak in the Bucky's outfit for chat. How much will it take for you to twerk in the Bucky's outfit, Jay?
No amount of money sent to the Geeks and Gamers channel. That's for sure. Maybe on the Drunk 3PO channel, we might have something to talk about.
You guys rewatch the old wrestling shows on Peacock. Yes, that's why I had Peacock, because I could watch old school wrestling on it. Sir Hat says the Japanese pronunciation is Ocarina. I think that's how you're saying it. Jay Saggy Orangutan Titty says, pound it harder, Jay. Matt says, Jay, you are the one, Jay, to rule them all.
Hey.
Yo Pop says, Jay is the guest. SBZ says, Jay is poor. He can't afford Pokimane cookies. Can you not? You want me to get you some Pokimane cookies, Jay?
Gross.
Nagranol says, have you guys seen the trailer for Daily Wire's Lady Ballers? Holy shit, that looks hilarious. Coming out Friday. Yeah, we reacted to it yesterday. It looks great. Oh, Roscoe says, heard a streaker at Disneyland and thought, damn it, Jay. Vault 95 says, throwing $2 bills at you, Jay. Dance. Look at you, Jay. You getting all the money. Vault 95 says, like Gundam was saying, we saw that What happened with Lord of the Rings with Rings of Power? We have no hope or confidence with the Fallout show. 100%. The Hercules Hernandez, AEW and WWE have long storytelling, but they also have good short stories. Jeremy, the only good thing in WWE right now is the Bloodlines storyline. Looking forward to getting more involved in it. The Hercules Hernandez says AEW wrestling is better and the storylines are better at times. The women in wrestling need work. WWE is just a bigger company. AEW is better overall. Roland News says, Hail Jeremy, Jay, and chat. Hype for your pirate book, Jay. Definitely going to be picking up the 221B bag on Friday as a birthday gift to myself. 199 Geeks
You won't be
Gamers.
Disappointed. 221B makes freaking top quality stuff.
Zephyr says, what did Disney expect? Attacking the consumer is the most brain dead thing corporations can do. They made their bed. Hail the 199. Hail Ripaverse. Crispy Noken with the gifted membership. Jens Anderson, 99.1 backwards is 199. Coincidence? I think not. Shout out to Film Thread. Grandmaster Chris says, poor Randy Orton came back from career-threatening injury only to get overshadowed by CM Cuck. It did happen. Hugh Jazz says, the Weirdos were way too dug in for Chapek to do anything. They need to purge the entire studio and hire all new people based on solely merit. Hi Guy Reviewing says, hail the 199. Thank you, Geeks and Gamers crew, for the daily live streams. They are always informative and hilarious. Thank you. Jolly Roger says, boring. Did a press tour yesterday. Was on PBD, Timcast, Ben Show. Check it out. Lots of insight and crazy stories about the new movie. 199. I saw he was on Patrick Bet David, so that was pretty cool. All right, so tonight we have Cobra Cast over on my D-Day Cobra channel. That'll be happening around 7 or 8 p.m. And then we have Titanfall 2 after that. Jay, what do you got going on?
I'm going to be live with Chrissy Mayer at 2 o'clock.
There we go.
Talking about upcoming projects and stuff. So should be cool.
There we go.
Should be cool.
That's going to be awesome. And let's see. Don't forget, go to Film Threat. Make sure let's get them to one. So they're at let's see. Yeah, pretty much everybody here is probably already subscribed to Film Threat because they haven't gotten any bump really from a shout out. But yeah, probably everybody's already subscribed. But go subscribe to Film Threat if you have not. Let's get them to 100K. Support Achromatic Chronicles Blue. Jay, tell them about it real quick.
Oh yeah, well, you can still if you go to my socials, like you could still get the first one, and if you were to pick it up in the next few days, it'll ship immediately, so you'll probably have it before Christmas. And then the second one should be available around March, and if you want to wait, you can get the first and second one together around February, March. So, and also Jeremy forgot to mention, it looks like we're going to be at MegaCon this coming February. So in Orlando, and we're going to get more details, stuff like that. I know people asking me if Gina's going to be there. We're waiting on the confirmation, and then we'll know. I'll let everybody know once we get that confirmation. So got a lot of cool stuff happening in 2024. Unbelievable.
And the 221B 199 backpack. Let's go. This Friday on Cobra Cast, I'll be doing the pre-orders for those, launching those over on 221B. And we got Dragon Dance says, hey, Jeremy, do you check your private messages when you're not busy? Same name and avatar as on here, sent around 2 Eastern yesterday. Noted. I will check that out. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Again, Cobra Cast tonight, and then Titanfall 2 over on Geeks and Gamers Play. Do we have a play stream today?
You asking me?
Yeah. Do we have somebody streaming on Geeks Gamers Play today?
Yes. I thought you were talking about Titanfall 2. Oh, My Nerdy Home will be playing around 2 o'clock.
There we go. Hey, who's that? My Nerdy Home? Who's in the call now? She probably
hello everybody. I'm gonna be playing Resident Evil 7 on Geeks and Gamers Play at 3 o'clock.
At 3 o'clock.
So make sure that you are there.
There we go.
Really scary. We usually have a lot of people watching.
Turn the volume down when she plays. Holy crap.
Yeah, she yells a lot.
I do. So headphone wearers, like, beware.
Yep. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and we'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.
Is it over?